Have you ever felt that, that frustrating feeling where you desperately want something, maybe a career jump, better health, a real connection, but it just feels stuck, out of reach?
Yeah, like other people somehow got the secret instructions and you're just fumbling around.
Exactly. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something that gets talked about a lot, maybe sometimes dismissed, but our source material says it's this incredibly powerful, universal thing. Okay, let's unpack this.
Sounds good.
We're looking into the law of attraction, and our guide is Reuben Juma Onunga's book, Harnessing the Law of Attraction, Practical Approaches. Now, what really grabbed me right from the preface is how he cuts through the fluff. He's not talking magic or wishful thinking. He frames it as a fundamental law, like a universal law as real as gravity.
And that's what's so interesting, isn't it? Coming from an engineer's perspective, he's not just saying think nice thoughts. He's looking at it like, like an engineer would.
How's that?
Like, what are the actual inputs? What are the steps, the processes? And if we follow the design, what are the predictable results? He literally says, the law of attraction is not magic. It is a principle, a law as real as gravity.
Right. It grounds it completely, takes away the woo-woo factor.
Exactly. It puts it in terms of order, precision, predictability even, which is honestly pretty refreshing for this topic.
Totally. And that's why this deep dive feels really practical. Our mission here is to pull out those actionable bits from his, engineering style approach.
Yeah.
We want to help you really grasp how your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings are constantly actively shaping what shows up on the outside. Hopefully you'll get some aha moments, a clearer path to what you desire without getting lost in vague ideas.
Concrete steps.
Yeah. Like Onunga puts it right in the intro, life is not just a random unfolding. It is an orchestra of unseen energies.
Right.
We attract realities that align with our inner state.
That orchestra idea is powerful. It suggests harmony or maybe discord, depending on us.
Okay, so let's start right there with that foundation. Onunga says this isn't just a theory, it's a law. Like gravity. It just is.
Precisely. For an engineer, things don't happen by chance, right?
Yeah.
A bridge stays up because it follows structural laws.
Right.
He's applying that same logic.
Yeah.
If you understand the law of attraction and apply it correctly, it works, predictably. It's not about hoping, it's about designing for a result.
And he gives us a really good visual for that, doesn't he? That farmer analogy from the introduction.
Oh yeah, the farmer, it's perfect.
A farmer doesn't just sit there hoping for crops.
Nope. There's a whole process. Tilling the soil, choosing the right seeds, planting, watering, weeding.
Right. And then waiting, expectantly. He says our minds are the fields. Thoughts are the seeds. Emotions, the water. Our actions, that's like the sun making it all grow.
It really paints a picture of methodical process, not just passive wishing.
So let's dig into that first part, the seeds. Chapter 1 says, our thoughts are these potent seeds. But honestly, my inner dialogue sometimes feels more like a tangled mess than a neat row of crops. How does Onunga suggest we start sorting that out?
That's a great question, and it's where his systematic thinking really helps. He says the mind isn't just any field, it's a fertile field. It's always growing something.
Okay.
And the key isn't like one random thought you had yesterday. It's the dominant pattern of our inner conversation. You know, the stuff running in the background most of the time.
Ah, the usual mental chatter.
Exactly. He quotes that ancient wisdom, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your sustained mental climate determines what grows. And what's cool is he links this to modern science, like neuroplasticity.
Ah, the brain changing itself.
Right. Your brain physically adapts. So what you repeatedly think becomes easier to think again. It's like carving grooves. He's basically outlining how to re-engineer your thought patterns through discipline management.
So it's not just think positive and hope for the best, it's actual mental work.
It really is. Which leads to a crucial question for you listening. What seeds are you letting take root in your mind, maybe without even realizing it?
And he gives that stark contrast, doesn't he? Someone dwelling on failure.
They might unconsciously just sabotage things, walk into meetings radiating doubt, miss obvious chances, see the negative in everything.
Their internal blueprint is manifesting failure.
Versus someone else who's actively cultivating thoughts of success. They carry themselves differently, right? They see potential. They attract helpful people. It feels like luck. But Onunga says it's the harvest of their consistent thoughts.
Okay, so thoughts at the foundation, but then he takes it deeper in chapter 2 into emotions. This idea that everything in life vibrates, energy and frequency.
Yeah, this is critical. The law of attraction doesn't just hear the words of your thoughts. It feels the emotional energy behind them.
The feeling matters more.
Kind of. He uses the radio analogy, which we've maybe heard before, but with an engineer's twist. Thoughts are like picking the station, maybe. But your emotions, that's the fine-tuning. That's what gets you a clear signal.
So if I want, say, love, but I'm feeling bitter or resentful.
Your frequency is off, mismatched. The universe, according to this principle, responds to the vibration you're sending out, not just the wish list.
So it's not enough to think wealthy thoughts if you feel lack all the time. You need to tune in.
Precisely. And he highlights specific high-frequency emotions as powerful tuners. Gratitude, peace, joy.
Talk about gratitude first. He seems to really emphasize that one.
He calls it one of the most powerful tuners. Why? Because it systematically shifts your heart from feeling what's missing to appreciating what's there, from lack to fullness. He even brings in scripture in everything give thanks, showing this isn't a new idea.
And
Peace, that calm spirit, it reduces inner noise. Right? So you're more receptive to solutions, guidance, and joy. Well, joy is magnetic. It draws people and opportunities in. It's about noticing the heavy stuff, letting it flow through, but then deliberately shifting your emotional state.
you hear stories about this, right? Like the example in the book, the business owner who felt real gratitude for just a few clients.
Yes, and that wasn't just about feeling better. That energetic shift came before a big wave of new business. Their frequency changed, and reality, well, it seemed to respond.
Okay, so thoughts plant the seeds, emotions water them, and tune the frequency. But what instructions are we actually sending? Chapter 3 is all about clarity, asking with precision.
This is huge because, as Onunga says, life does not respond well to vague wishes.
Yeah.
Ambiguity gets ambiguous results, basically.
Like telling a GPS, take me somewhere nice.
Exactly. You need coordinates. Nairobi, not just a city. The farmer knows exactly what seed he's planting corn, not just something edible. Clarity is power in this framework. He even uses that biblical story of Jesus asking Bartimaeus, the blind man.
What do you want me to do for you?
Right. Even with divine power available, a specific request was needed. It positions you as a conscious co-creator, not just hoping something good falls out of this.
And for you listening, this is really an invitation to get honest. What do you really want? Forget the shoulds. What truly lights you up?
And his practical steps are key here. Write it down. Get specific. Visualize it until it feels real. Ask yourself why you want it, how will it benefit you, and maybe others too. That clarity stops you sending mixed signals.
Got it. Clear desire is crucial. But even then, you need conviction. Chapter 4 gets into belief and faith, getting doubt out of the picture. What does it take to really believe?
Well, Onunga puts it pretty bluntly. Desire without belief is like planting a seed, but never watering it. It just sits there, dormant.
Potential unrealized.
Exactly. Doubt is the poison. Belief is the water, the sunlight. He quotes, "According to your faith, be it unto you," implying the level of your belief is maybe even more important than the desire itself. It's that deep down conviction that it's possible, that it's for you.
But doubt is sneaky. How do we actually cultivate that belief when our minds fight back?
He offers tools, again, very practical. First, identify those limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough, never works out for me. And consciously, systematically replace them with empowering truths, maybe based on past successes or inherent worth.
And visualization.
Not just daydreaming. It's like a mental rehearsal. See yourself already having the thing, living that life, until your subconscious starts to accept it as real. And affirmations, using words with consistency and conviction to reprogram that inner dialogue.
Like running new software.
Sort of. And he has an important piece.
Yeah.
Trusting divine timing. Sometimes things take time because we need preparation, or the circumstances need to align. Think building a skyscraper versus a small cottage. The foundation takes longer for the bigger structure.
That makes sense. Delays aren't always denials.
Right. It's about nurturing even that tiny mustard seed of faith, keeping it alive, not letting doubt smother it. That little bit of living faith can apparently move mountains.
Okay, so this isn't passive at all. Which brings us to chapter 5, alignment and action. You can't just think, feel, and believe, right? You have to do something.
Absolutely. For Onunga, attraction is about coherence. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions all need to line up, point in the same direction.
Like tuning a guitar.
That's his analogy. If one string is way off, the music's distorted. When your mental plan, your emotional energy, and what you actually do every day are all in harmony, that's coherence. He brings in, faith without works is dead. Belief needs legs.
And it doesn't have to be massive action, right? He talks about small steps.
Yes, small, consistent steps. The writer doing one page, the job seeker making one call, the person getting healthy, taking that first walk, these actions compound. They reinforce your belief and signal to the universe, hey, I'm ready, I'm serious.
And he says when you act like that, in harmony,
Unseen forces begin to assist you. Things start to flow your way. Opportunities pop up. Synchronicities happen.
so the challenge for you listening is, are your daily actions actually aligned with what you say you want? Or are you contradicting your desires? Like that farmer, they act even if the weather isn't perfect yet.
You start where you are, with what you have. Trust the process will meet you.
Now, weaving through all of this, Onunga keeps coming back to one thing as a kind of supercharger. Gratitude again. Chapter 6 revisits it, not just as a nice feeling, but a core force.
Definitely. He says gratitude multiplies whatever it touches. His example is like a child being genuinely thrilled with a tiny gift.
Yeah, it makes you want to give them more.
Exactly. When you genuinely appreciate what you have, you shift your whole energy field from lack to abundance. And that starts a cycle that attracts more good stuff. It's the half-full cup versus the half-empty cup, but on an energetic level.
And there's science backing this up too, right? Better health, relationships.
Yeah, measurable benefits.
Yeah.
And he even uses that powerful example of Paul and Silas in prison, singing hymns, being grateful even in awful circumstances.
And then the earthquake, the freedom.
Right. Gratitude shifted the energy dramatically. So it's about making it a practice. Journaling, saying thanks out loud, finding the good even in tough spots. It shifts you from feeling like a victim to feeling empowered.
Okay, but let's be real. The path isn't always easy. Things take time. Obstacles pop up. How do chapters 7 and 8 help us deal with that? Patience, timing, flow, and handling resistance.
Crucial stuff. He warns impatience is like digging up a seed to see if it's growing. It disrupts everything.
Kills the process.
Right. He says true patience is not passive waiting. It is active trust. Like a river. It flows, it goes around rocks, it bends, but it knows it's getting to the ocean. Trusting the timing, knowing to everything there's a season. Delays might be needed prep time for you or the situation.
And resistance. The doubts, the setbacks, the negative people.
He's very clear. No journey of attraction is without resistance. It's normal. It comes from inside us, old beliefs popping up or outside influences. But here's the key insight. If we connect this to the bigger picture, resistance, handled right, isn't an enemy. It's a teacher.
How so?
It shows you where your belief might be shaky or where you need more clarity. So, handling it means self-awareness. Using those affirmations to counter the negative thoughts, protecting your energy, maybe through meditation or prayer. He quotes, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper," meaning weapons will form, challenges will come.
But they don't have to win.
Unless you let them internally. Resistance means you're moving, creating friction. It's part of progress.
That reframes it entirely. Okay, let's make this really concrete. Chapter 9 applies all this to the big three. Wealth, health, and relationships. How does it work practically?
Okay, for wealth, it starts with fundamentally shifting from seeing scarcity everywhere to seeing abundance. Practicing gratitude for what you do have, visualizing specific financial goals clearly, and taking aligned action.
Like budgeting, learning new skills.
Exactly. The diligent hand brings wealth, as he notes. For health, it's about believing your body is designed for health, speaking words of life and healing over yourself, visualizing vibrant well-being, and making the aligned choices, good food, water, movement, rest, attracting wellness, not just fighting sickness.
Makes sense. And relationships.
This one's profound.
Yeah.
You attract who you are, so the work starts inside. Self-love, healing old hurts, becoming the kind of person you want to attract. Then get clear on the qualities you desire in others, embody those yourself, and be grateful for the connections you already have.
Wow. It's also interconnected, isn't it? Wealth without health or health without relationships. It's about the whole picture.
Absolutely. Onunga really pushes for that balance and wholeness.
So finally, chapter 10 pulls it all together. This isn't just a technique. It's meant to be a lifestyle of attraction, a way of being.
Yeah, true abundance isn't just money. It's fullness of joy, fullness of health, fullness of love, fullness of purpose. That's the goal.
And how do you live that way?
Consistency is key. Daily habits, faith, visualization, positive self-talk, aligned action, but also humility and giving. He says, attraction is not about hoarding, but about becoming a channel. Generosity opens the flow, plus protecting your environment, who you hang out with, what you consume, maintaining spiritual connection, being present.
So it becomes your default setting.
Exactly. It raises that final important question. How can you shift from trying to attract to just being attractive to blessings, making it your second nature.
Because when abundance is your lifestyle, you're not chasing it anymore. You carry it. It just resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the message from Ingles, Reuben Juma Onunga is really empowering. You're not just subject to random events. You're the farmer. Your mind's the field. Thoughts are the seeds. This law isn't mystical. It's a practical principle you can work with.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that conclusion hits hard. The universe responds to the ready. Delays aren't denials. They're often refinements, getting you or the situation perfectly prepared. Readiness means alignment, heart, thoughts, actions, all singing the same tune. When that happens,
Things click.
heaven and earth conspire, as he puts it, to bring you what's truly yours.
So let's leave you with this thought. If your outer world truly mirrors your inner state, reflecting those dominant thoughts and feelings, what's one single small change you could make today, right now, to start shifting the reflection you say tomorrow?